Good evening. We're back again. But back to the other league this time. VBL-S, which is the standard VGC Mons. So, like with the previous video for the Little Cup Mons, I figured I'd start out by showing you what kind of we're working with here. My team is on the left, and then we got the Sly's team, or the Seattle Seahawks, coming up on your right here. Or sorry, Seattle Seahawks. I'm thinking football. What's wrong with me? Seattle Swellows. I don't know, it's just kind of shot out of my brain by default. But anyway, you can see kind of based on our team compositions here that I went sort of wide, kind of depends on your definition of wide. I don't have any 1 or 2 cost Mons from our draft. These are all Coughing being the lowest at 3, and then I think Buffon at 4, Kragan at 5, and then so on and so forth all the way up. I think most of my draft actually, or this is listed in terms of point value, so you can see what's technically considered more valued from the top all the way down to the bottom, and same goes for his team as well. So kind of what I was preparing for here was the top 6 that you see. Urshifu, Tornadus, Serena, Gastrodon, Clefairy, Heatran are the 6 that I'm expecting. I don't have any, I mean, I guess I do have access to weather, sort of, if I want to run like Rain Dance, Regi, eleki or something. But otherwise, I don't really have, you know, weather settings that I can, well, I can, but I probably won't run. I guess it depends on who I'm playing, the team that I'm facing off against. But chances are unlikely that I will run a weather team. Don't be taking notes of that either. But so looking at this team, I don't expect like the eleki. Charge a bug maybe, because I'm pretty sure battery it's either 30 or 50% to special attacks, I believe. I would be surprised to see Charger Bug come out, but I did somewhat prep for it anyway. Of the bottom 3, Gothita is the only one I could foresee coming out specifically for Shadow Tag. Maybe to like trap something in with Urshifu, and then Urshifu just goes for like a Scarf or a Banded Wicked Blow or something. But even that's pretty niche pick, just because of how frail it is specifically yet. But it's, well, actually, I mean, I guess you could give it EV Light, which would make it kind of bulky, but even still, like, I don't know, I wouldn't expect it to show up, if I'm being honest. Nor would I expect Ghastly or Marine to show up either, so. And then, like I said, not having weather, like the eleki probably won't show up. So I'm fully expecting the top 6 here to make an appearance, which is what I planned for specifically, which is totally fine. Having a top-heavy draft, in my inexperienced eyes, can work well if you have a very strong, you know, core set of 6, which I would say this is a very strong 6 here. Urshifu being absolutely incredible with just blasting through protects without a care in the world. You got Tornadus with Prankster, who can do all kinds of shenanigans, whether it be, you know, running Tailwind, creating weather just in the blink of an eye, and then Serena, who blocks any sort of priority with Queenly Majesty, which is the ability that I'm expecting here. Gastrodon with Storm Drain, or Sandforce, I guess, if you want to run Sandstorm, but I would be surprised. That would catch me off guard for sure. And then Clefairy for Follow Me. That's probably going to be the mon that has EV Light, which is why I don't expect Charger Bug, except for maybe Surprise Factor. But yeah, Follow Me with Clefairy is going to be difficult to deal with. And then Heatran is obviously just a really well-rounded Pokemon. Outside of its speed, which is very middling, which isn't very good at all inside or outside of Trick Room, but behind Tailwind can be a big threat between Heat Waves and flash cannons can be a pretty big damage dealer, or even earth power. But of the leads that I am fully expecting, it's probably gonna be, I don't know, like Urshifu, Tornadus, or Tornadus, Serena, or Clefairy, Urshifu are probably like the 3 leads that I would expect most. Just because Tornado can get up Tailwind, Serena can block priority like Fake Out, and then Clefairy can follow me just for similar reasons. For my squad, I ended up bringing these 6. So Berserker is the only mon on my team that gets Fake Out, which you can see here that I'm running. Plus Steely Spirit's a pretty sweet and totally unique ability to itself, boosting its steel moves and its allies' steel moves by 50%, which is pretty sweet. So obviously I'm gonna run Iron Head on here just for cover's sake, and just massive damage. Seed Bomb specifically for the Gastrodon, which I'm worried about. Specifically, like if I have a I don't know, eleki in the end game, he kind of just gets washed out. And then Fling with Light Ball for paralysis, which is kind of wacky, but I figured I'd throw it in there just because I want to, I don't know, having the ability to paralyze something and having a move and consequences of said move used on an opponent that isn't expecting it can make or break a game. So he's kind of a unique pick, depending on what I think the lead is. I may lead this specifically for Fake Out, but obviously have to be careful of Queen of Majesty from Serena. Landorus is, I mean, he's Landorus, Life Orb, Sheer Force, and then just smack things. So Grass Knot for the Gastrodon, and then the other 2 just for coverage sake, and then Protect. It doesn't really get any more simple than that. Volcarona, I'm running the defensive set, which is pretty popular in VGC, or at least it was in one of the prior series, I think, in Sword and Shield. But I'm running it here specifically to deal with Urshifu, who I think is going to be a major problem. Flame Bodies obviously could have the potential to help out there by providing burns. Sash, just in case I get one shot. Like if they lead Tornadus and decide to go for a Hurricane or something and land it, that probably just OHKOs me without it. So this is just for safety reasons. And then I wanted 2 coverage moves. Heat Wave, Giga Drain, again, in case I get locked in with Gastrodon. I have a lot of answers to Gastrodon just to be safe. Rage Powder is going to be a huge part of this. And then Quiver Dance, if I ever find myself in front of, like, Heatran, and then, I don't know, like, Serena, I guess. I'm not sure what Serena would have. Serena gets Acrobatics. I guess I'd have to play that carefully. But given the opportunity, a Quiver Dance would be pretty nice, just to set up if possible. And then we have Escavalier, who is by far the slowest mon on my team and one of the slowest mons in the format. I think being like bottom 3, tied for bottom 2 maybe with 20, excluding like pre-evolved Pokemon and stuff like that, like Munchlax and whatnot. But I'm running an Assault Vest set just because I kind of wanted to run. He kind of has 4 move slot syndrome because he wants to run a lot of different moves because he gets a lot of good moves. And with his incredible, what is it, like base 135, attack stat, he hits like a truck, and then very good defenses. So I think he could be the difference maker. I'm also running Shell Armor to prevent Wicked Blow from getting crits, which is a neat little factoid that I looked up because I wasn't sure, if Wicked Blow's always crits. Overwrote Shell Armor, never getting crits. So that was something that I learned, which was cool. So I figured I'd run that just to make myself a little more defensive in case I ever found him in front of Regieleki or Urshifu. And then speaking of Regieleki, I'm running a Choice Scarf set. So theory being here is I've EV'd Regieleki to outspeed everything on their team in Tailwind. So I based it upon excluding Scarf. If they have another Scarf Mon plus Tailwind, it's going to outspeed me. But outside that, Regieleki with Scarf should outspeed everything, regardless of whether or not there's Tailwind, which is what I'm hoping to be my, secret weapon here to deal with it. It probably will get revealed game 1 because I'm planning on leading Regieleki and Volcarona. But We'll see. If I give it away, then they expect it, then they can probably play around it, which could be a problem. But eleki in general is very hard to deal with. Very frail, but very hard to deal with just because of how fast it is. So we'll see how it pans out. I'm hoping it, can put in some work with speed control and whatnot, despite the tailwind. And then finally, Gyarados, mostly for Intimidate support, which is why I'm running it. A little bit defensively in terms of EVs, and then HP, obviously. He's already got great special defense, so I don't really feel the need to invest in that. So between those two and leftovers, and then protect if necessary, he should be able to stick around a bit, cause a bit of problems. Power up for Gastrodon. I know I have a lot of Gastrodon coverage, but you can never be too careful because that thing can be tough to take out without grass moves, for sure. And then also Dragon Dance, kind of like with Volcarona, Quiver Dance I wanted to run. Dragon Dance just as a setup move, just in case I ever caught myself in a position where I was in front of a Mon that I felt like I could set up in front of, at least for maybe a turn, if they couldn't touch me. So this is what I'm working with. So I'm pretty excited to see how it pans out. This should be a fun match. It's a drastic switch from the Little Cup League. It's an entirely different headset, at least for me, just because I've never played Little Cup before, so it takes adjustments, and I gotta like look at all the stats and figure out, get some sort of like basic muscle memory in terms of like what I think how the game's gonna play out and what the stats are. So I know like which moves to use, whether it's physical, special, all that stuff. Whereas these are a little more intuitive. I kind of have the base stat totals and stuff and abilities locked down in my brain. So we'll see how it pans out. It should be fun though. It should be fun. Going into this week, let me just message my opponent here. Cool. I'm already in Showdown here. Lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I don't remember. I lost it. It's gone. It's long gone. But it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Prior to joining this draft league, it's been a while since I did a little bit of VGC battling outside of the ones that I've already played, as you've seen. But I hadn't played on like ladder in Sword and Shield in probably like half a year, maybe a year. No, I played in the Spooky Cup in October of 2021. I think was the last like time I officially played. So it's been a minute, but these have been fun. I've been having a good time with these so far. Yeah. I just like team building in general. I think that's the drafting part was really exciting. I like drafts in any format, whether it's sports and whatnot. But I also really like the team planning. It's a great time, at least for me. I spend probably way too much time on it. I spend like hours like slaving over like team composition and what I think the lead's gonna be and preparing for those leads, running calcs, blah 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 blah. So, but I don't know. I like that portion of it. So let me back out of this. Cool. No, I do want to allow 20. Sure, yeah, that works for me. Should all be the same. Okay, perfect. I'll turn the timer off. And we'll get these rolling. That's probably me that has the auto timer set to always being on. But that's fine. I'll leave it on. I don't mind stopping it. 2, 3. Oh boy. I wonder if I think we're gonna get Porygon in here. Yeah, I haven't had to do. I haven't had to set up any of these. My opponents so far have always set these up. So thank you to all of you who do that, because I would either need to be taught or figure it out myself, which would probably eat up some time. Good luck. Have fun. Timer back on, baby. Let's rumble. Okay. What are we gonna do here? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so the 6 that I was expecting are not here. I guess Serena doesn't have the greatest matchup into my team, but I was at least expecting it to show up in team preview. But instead we got Gothita and Marini. So what the heck is the lead gonna be here? I'm still expecting Urshifu Tornadus. I feel like that's probably the play. So I'm gonna lead with what I had planned to lead. Now in back, I think I want to run Gyarados and Landorus, just for cover's sake, and Tornadus. Okay, that's what I expected. So we'll see how this goes. They could also be running safety goggles on Urshifu, which I did consider, but I did not plan around in the hopes that they decided not to do that and wanted to run like band, scarf, or I don't know, like black glasses for powering up, or even life orb, or sash. You could run so many items on it. But we're just gonna go. We're gonna go with the Rage Powder Electro Web here and see what happens. They could just double target Volcarona immediately, or they could be safety goggles, which would be a problem. But that's what we got 3 games for. We're gonna find out. Let's see what happens. Rage Powder, Tailwind, yep. Electro Web. Wicked Blow, critical hit, yep. Makes sense. So, okay, so he's not Scarf. Now I'm wondering, that probably immediately gave away that my Regieleki was faster, because I assume both of these are probably max speed. I imagine Gastrodon probably is going to be brought every game that I'm going to bring Regieleki. Heatran probably in back. I mean, it could be one of these two, but if they're running speed, I doubt they're running Trick Run. Honestly, I think I just Rage Powder again. Gastrodon comes in, yep, that makes sense. Volcarona's gonna get taken out. Immune, yep. Wicked Blow, okay, that makes sense. So Tailwind up, he's at neutral speed, no Scarf. I have to Electro Web again, I'm locked in. Do I think -1 Urshifu is slower than... Let's bring Landorus in here. I could get Scalded, which is fine. Tornadus in back, huh? I'm gonna Electro Web again. Ooh, do I give away that I have Grass Knot? I'm gonna Earth Power into that slot. Earth Power, Stab, Life Orb, Sheer Force still does a lot of damage. I just want to call it a switch. Detect, yep. Electro Web doesn't work. They gotta know if I'm Scarfed at this point. Good damage. Scald into Landorus, yep, makes sense. They didn't target down Eleki, which is surprising to me. Electro Web, I just Earth Powered him. I have no reason not to at this point. Scalded into Landorus. I'm wondering if it's because I have Heatran in back. Or they have Heatran in back, that's probably why. Because they want to get rid of Landorus, who's the biggest threat. Now the biggest bait could be Balloon, Air Balloon Heatran, which I know has been run occasionally in the past. It's hard to switch it in with Eleki just Electro Webbing everywhere. Oh, I missed. Okay, well that's not good. Okay, targets the Landorus, that makes sense. Tailwind petered out. Okay. Yeah, I got 2 months, so we're just gonna run it from here. Heatran it back, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Intimidate here really is not going to affect the rest of his team at all, so... Eruption? Question mark? Scarf Eruption? Incredible. I just have to hope that... I wonder... Is it banded? Oh, no, it's protected before. No, we're good with it. Electro Web? God, are they just gonna switch back in? They could switch in. Honestly, I just gotta go for it. I gotta go for it. I have no reason not to. If they switch it in, they got me. Okay. Alright, took it out with Electro Web. Waterfall, yep. Oh, I'm stupid. I already KO'd the Gastrodon. What am I, dumb? All I gotta do is look right here. Okay. I will be Electro Webbing this entire match, so... I think I protect... Gyarados? Tailwind should... I'm gonna protect Gyarados here. They could protect... No. We go for it. Tailwind, yep. Electro Web. Heat Wave. Big damage. Eleki survives, which is good to know. Waterfall. Yeah, okay. So that's game one. Alright. Scarf Eleki is, as I expected, a nightmare to deal with. Just because even with Tailwind, you just can't outspeed it. Good luck, have fun. Start timer. Alright, now what adaptation do they make here? If I just lead Eleki Volcarona again. I could do the same lead. And they could lead Gastrodon instead. I feel like that's a pretty strong adaptation. Then if you have Earth Power, you just Earth Power into the Eleki slot because I can't do anything. They got an Olm Scarf now, which is the dangerous part. I am gonna lead the same thing again. Honestly, I think I bring the same 4. Okay, this might be trickery. Does this get Fake Out? I know Gothitelle does. I feel like it gets Fake Out. Do I have to play around that? Because that would be really bad. Oh no, I'm trapped in. They're a genius. They are a genius. I got one move. Yeah, I got one option. I got a Volt Switch out of here. Oh, they do a Fake Out. Okay, okay. And they got the berry. Okay, yep. And then Eleki goes down here. All right, well, if they have Tornadus and literally anything else in back, I am in danger. I will be trapped in no matter what gets switched in. The Tailwind is not up, so am I that worried? I will be once Tornadus comes in, but I'm not that worried right now. This is probably... Is it Scarf? I still don't know where the Scarf is, which is tough. Earth Power here could be an easy Tornadus switch, but if I Sludge Bomb, it also could be an easy Heatran switch. It's tough. I wonder if they're going to expect the Giga Drain here. If you expect Giga Drain here, you could swap in either one. Man, that's tough. What if I Sludge Bomb this and Giga Drain into that? Ally Switch! What the heck? Oh, I should have expected that. Bruh. Okay. Do we have... Oh, no. Okay. Alright, this is becoming increasingly difficult to win at this point. Earth Power... They could swap again. Are they gonna ally switch again? No. They're not. No. They're not. They're not gonna do it again, are they? I don't think so. Okay, they don't do it again. Okay. Alright, they don't do it again. God, ally switch. Okay. So no Scarf, probably max speed. I'm also running max speed. Could have Sucker Punch, which would be terrible. Absolutely terrible. But they're not gonna click it because I got Follow Me. Now, is it the obvious play to go for Earth Power here? Probably. It probably is. I'm gonna Earth Power. I got a Rage Powder. Protected. Okay, yeah. Alright, good read. No Sash. Okay. Yeah, that, I mean, Eleki is, I don't know, if anybody's seen, first of all, GG's to Sly. That was, good match. Scarf, and I think, I don't know if anybody watches, Wolfie's videos, but he has a good video on, like, what mons should be removed in the upcoming generation, Generation 9. And one of them talks about, he talks about at one point, eleki being kind of, I don't know about ruining the format, but base 200 speed is just absolutely insane. And like being able to outspeed things, even like inside Tailwind, depending on like where your base speed is, like at max speed 252 EVs, with eleki he outspeeds a lot of mons even under Tailwind, and then you give him a Scarf and then you can't be caught at all. He's just gone. And there's nothing you can do about that unless you have some sort of priority against him, which can be covered for with a teammate. Kind of like, you know, Volcarona's Follow Me is great into any +1 priority like Aqua Jet or Sucker Punch, stuff like that, because it just redirects it. Being +2 priority for Follow Me, or Rage Powder, in this case I guess I should say. And then really the only thing you have in terms of attacking at above Follow Me's priority is Feint? Is Feint 2 or 3? Feint might be 2. I don't remember what Feint is, but Fake Out is 3. And that's really the only way to deal with Follow Me Rage Powder shenanigans outside of like safety goggles for Rage Powder specifically. So, but yeah, I don't know. Scarf Eleki outspeeds literally everything. It's extremely difficult to deal with. I don't know if he's frustrated. He seems a little frustrated. Completely valid, by the way. Completely valid. I realized looking at a bunch of calcs, which I will bring up here. Let's see, Regi Choice Scarf. I also ran Modest for extra damage, and then with 156 speed EVs, Modest Nature, and Choice Scarf, I hit 360 speed and max speed Tornadus, which is the fastest mon that he had on his team. Under Tailwind hits 358. So I calced out the EVs to be whatever would be faster than Tornadus, because that was his fastest mon. So the fact that you can just slap a Choice Scarf on eleki and then invest, you know, EVs into different slots is just, it's just bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Like if I go back into my team here, yeah, like eleki. So because I was able to invest 156, I still had plenty of EVs left over, so I ran modest max special attack just for maximum damage. Combined with stab plus transistor, these 3 electric moves just deal absurd damage. So by running Choice Scarf, even though it locks me in, like I knew Tailwind was probably going to be a problem, so I just ran Electro Web to deal with it, to counteract that and then slow him down. And then after two Electro Webs with Volcarona running Rage Powder, like it's as if there's no Tailwind, and then the rest of my mons, like Landorus, is I think only outsped on his team by Tornadus? Yeah, Tornadus is the only one that outspeeds Landorus here. So once I effectively got rid of the Tailwind buff to speed for whatever mons were out, once I hit him with -2 Electro Web, then Landorus could just, you know, rain fire down at will, which is extremely... Landorus also, if you can't outspeed it and deal with it, is also a nightmare to deal with. So this, I think, I don't know, I feel pretty good about my team composition. I think it was also harder on Sly to team prep just because I could have brought a couple different things to the match. I think probably the top 5 here, which I did end up bringing, plus Berserker, I feel like that's probably could have read into that, because these 5 had the best typings and stats to deal with his 6, the 6 that I expected. Gothita made an appearance, also did Marini. I'm not sure why Marini made an appearance. It must have been the Eviolite replacement for Clefairy, I would imagine, just to be bulky. But I'm not sure. I can't speak to the plan design for that. I'm sure there was a reason. But yeah, I don't know. Having a team composition which is very strong, I will say, and very intelligently picked during the draft. I think because the core 6 is so strong, it makes it easier to plan against. So people who enjoy planning or can account for a bunch of different scenarios may have an advantage against this team. But outside that, like without like Fake Out or Regi eleki, in my case, I was lucky that this was left. I think I picked 5th in line and eleki was left. So I think that's pretty lucky that I got eleki in the first place. Outside Fake Out and eleki, like this team is gonna go nuts. I wouldn't be surprised if this team, you know, puts in the work. So, and you know, especially like I don't know, there's Sly had a lot going on this weekend. So, not that I'm gonna John for him, but you know, his weekend was a little rough. I will say, a little being an understatement. So. That could have also factored into today's match. You know, anything in your regular life, if it's not going well, like something bad happens, can factor in. So, I imagine he was probably affected by that, and that probably took a toll. Because I was expecting to have go to 3 games for sure. So it was a bit of a surprise, especially game 2 when he let Gothita. I was like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm in trouble. But again, that speaks to the power of eleki. GG's to him again. Fun game. And I'm sure I have not seen the last. I have not seen the last of you. We'll play again at some point, assuming both of us make it into the playoffs, which is a long ways away. So we'll have to see. But GG's to you. I had a lot of fun. Per usual, every game is probably going to be fun for me, win or lose. And we'll see where it goes from here. But thanks for chilling, and I'll probably see you guys again tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. We'll see. But enjoy the rest of your day, evening, whatever time it is. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you later.